If you're looking for a secure haven within the literary world, you found the perfect organization. Let's make magic together. Our space is specifically designed for African American authors who are passionate about their writings of films and books. It's a platform to stay informed about industry developments. And on Patreon, we'll share exclusive content, valuable resources, and engaging discussions and masterclasses on various subjects, ranging from film and publishing industry trends to wellness and business tips. So if you're ready to dive into this exciting community, become a member now. Welcome to our literary haven where creativity knows no bounds. Let's make magic together.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another AAMBC workshop. My name is Brianna, aka Breezy, and I am a social media strategist and manager for AAMBC. And so today we are going to be talking about how to maintain a social media presence while also taking a break on social media. So it's really important that we take a step back sometimes because it can be very overwhelming and it can be very addictive, right? So let's get started. So what you will learn, we'll discuss the importance of digital well-being and the benefits of stepping back from social media, from managing screen time to setting boundaries and prioritizing self-care. You will learn practical tips for taking a hiatus from social media without disconnecting entirely. So, first things first, are you addicted to social media? This is a safe space. Go ahead and just let it out. The first step is admittance, right? So you want to admit that. Are you addicted? I know for me, for a long time, still to this day, I am struggling, but I'm just always on my phone. Always got to have my phone. Always got to have my phone. And then when I'm on my phone, I go to one social media app to another social media app to another social media app, back to the same app. I'll exit one app, get on that same app. And so, yeah, it is an endless cycle that you don't even recognize that you're warped in. And then don't let it be TikTok now. TikTok got something in it that makes you just be like, oh my God, it's been 3 hours. And I've just been laughing. I've been crying. I'll be tearing up on TikTok, but that's a whole nother story. But admit that you're addicted, and then you can move forward on how you can take steps to slowly let go of that addiction. Okay, so there's a lot of things that there's a lot of cons to having an addiction to social media, but one of the main ones is excessive use can affect productivity and time management. Okay, so decreased productivity and concentration due to constant distractions. You're always constantly on your phone, you're not getting things done. It's time consuming, which leads to procrastination and inefficiency. So you're procrastinating, you're like, okay, 10 more minutes, 5 more minutes. And the next thing you know, it just leads to an hour, and your whole day is wasted. And then it's difficulty in setting boundaries and balancing you being on your phone all the time versus you being active in real life, okay? So benefits of taking a break. It improves your mental health. It increases your productivity, better sleep quality. I don't know if you are like me. I'm just using myself as an example today. So I don't know if you're like me, but when you're laying down, first thing you do is you're on your phone. And so you're like, man, it's 10 o'clock. I need to go to sleep. I got to wake up at 6. And next thing you know, it's midnight because you're just scrolling on social media. So that's not good. So if you take a social media break, one of the benefits is that you can get better sleep quality. right? It will be a boost in creativity. So although it is nice to get ideas from other people and to see what's trending and what's going on, when you take a step back from looking at what everybody else is doing, it improves your ability to create whatever is inside of you. Okay. And then reduce information overload. I don't even, social media is good in the sense that you have everything at your fingertips, but there's a lot of information that really that can really affect your mental health. A lot of news that I don't want to see, but I'm kind of forced to see. A lot of things that just really declines your mental. And so when you take a break from social media, you take a break from information overload of just every single thing, taking on other people's traumas and problems that you didn't even realize were triggers for you, right? So, yes. So, how do you take a break? Set clear goals. What do you want your break to look like? How long are you going to take a break for? Et cetera, et cetera. You have to set clear goals. Inform your network. This is optional, but if you're interactive with friends and family on social media, and they always send you stuff, or they always reach out to you via social media, it might be wise, just so that they don't think anything is wrong, to let them know, hey, I'm taking a break. Like I said, totally optional. You don't have to let people know, but sometimes it helps because people will be rushing to text you or call you like, what's going on? I haven't seen you. Or maybe it can be an emergency that they're reaching out to you via social media and you're not on there. So that's always optional. Yeah. And then, of course, establish boundaries. Okay. Utilize apps and tools. So if this is your personal account and you just want to take a break just for your mental health sake, you don't necessarily have to use apps and tools like scheduling apps and all that jazz. But if you have a business and you want to continue to have a presence on social media, then you definitely want to utilize apps and tools to help you maintain that presence. Also, replace social media with other activities. Okay, so we will dig deeper into that. Remove temptations. So I don't know, like if you have an iPhone, you can put things in these little bubbles, like the little bubbles. And so for me, I don't know. I mean, if you have an Android, I don't know if you can do the same thing, but so for me, I have all my social media in one bubble. And so because I'm so afraid to delete, that's just me. Um, I move that bubble all the way to the farthest screen that it can go. So instead of it being on my home screen when I first open my app, I'm so used to just clicking that bubble. But when it's not there, I'm like, oh, okay. And then I have a ways to go if I'm really like trying to like be, if I'm really struggling, I'm like, no, I need it now. It takes me a while to get there. And then by the time I'm there, I'm like, you know what? I'm not even supposed to be on the social media. Okay. And then you want to reflect and reevaluate. So during your time, as you're taking a break, you want to reflect and reevaluate once you come back how you're going to set those boundaries and move forward. So to delete or not to delete, like to delete or not to delete. Like I was saying, for me, I'm a little nervous. Now, if you delete apps, 9 times out of 10, your data will save. Um, but I just personally don't want to take that risk. To be completely honest with you, most of my passwords, I don't even remember. Okay, so I just like to use the method of just getting it out of my sight and out of mind. You can delete it and then re-download it if you feel like you're always going to be tempted to get on the app. I know when I first start to do my social media cleanse, a lot of times I'm just so used to clicking on it that for the first couple days, I'm just clicking on it. So if you feel like you need to delete it to remove that temptation, then do so. And if you feel like you are strong and you can withstand, then you don't have to delete. So, how to maintain your presence, okay? So first things first, you have to plan. How long will you be gone? I know when I first tried to start implementing social media breaks, I would call them social media cleanses. And so I would try to do once a month, a week out of the month, and no social media for a week. So that's ultimately up to you. Do you want to do a week? Do you want to do a couple weeks, a month, or you can even do a weekend and say, hey, I'm just recharging, resetting for the weekend. So that's up to you. So you need to decide how long you will be gone. Next, what is coming up that needs to be posted? Okay, so if you have a business, if you have events that you need to promo, if there's holidays that you want to participate in, um, if there's things that you're selling and it's, that week, it's promo week or whatever, you need to make a list of those things that are coming up so you can plan to post those while you're gone. Okay. So then next you want to plan the content. So if you need graphics, you want to make those graphics. If you need to take pictures, you want to take those pictures. If you need to record yourself, make videos, edit, you want to do all of those things, right? So for instance, today is Tuesday, February 13th. So if you say, okay, for the month of March, I'm going to take a social media break, or for the first couple of weeks of March, whatever, you have a few weeks until that time. So you want to give yourself enough time to plan your content, to edit your content, to make all the changes that you need to do, to inform your team if you have a team, and get those things done so that once that time hits, you're good. You don't have to rush to make content. You don't have to rush to make flyers. You don't have to rush to put things out there, right? You already have it together. Next, you want to decide, once you have the content, how often do you want to post? Now, for social media, not social media, but for Instagram, for example, you can post one thing and then it'll be on someone's timeline in 5 days. Right. So you don't necessarily have to post daily, but if that's something that you want to do to keep your engagement up, to keep things flowing on people's timelines, you can do that. Do you want to post every other day? Do you want to post twice a week, once a week? That's up to you. So once you decide how often you want to post, then you want to figure out, okay, I can post, if I'm gonna do 3 times a week, I can post a promo on Monday, post a picture on Wednesday, and post a video on Friday. Okay, so that's just how you would basically plan. So you can schedule it out. Scheduling apps are your best friend when it comes to taking a social media break, and really just in general. It eliminates a lot of the excessive use and just the struggle of just being like, oh, I gotta um, schedule this. I mean, not schedule this, but post this right now, or darn it, I forgot that I was supposed to post this today. Because we have busy lives, right? So there's some days where it's a holiday, you don't even recognize it's a holiday, but you want to celebrate it online. And so scheduling apps are your best friend. Different scheduling apps include Hootsuite, Buffer, Later, just to name a few. They are very helpful and very easy to use. Instagram also has a built-in scheduling app. So if you if your main focus is Instagram, you can schedule content on Instagram. Now, Instagram does have a limit, not a limit, but more so like how far out you can schedule. I don't know the exact time frame, but I believe you can't schedule past a month or probably a little longer. But if you actually use a scheduling app, you can schedule as far as to the end of the year if you wanted to, right? So those are really, really helpful. You would also want to research the best days and times to post if you want to keep up with your analytics and your engagement. Okay. So what are the best days that people are on? What times are people scrolling on their phones? Okay. And then you also want to plan out and make your captions. Make sure that your captions are informative and engaging. So that's also just depending on your brand, whether it's like, hey sis, don't forget to buy this candle coming up, or if it's just very like straightforward, I'm giving you these bullet points. Make sure that it's informative, engaging, and reactive. Okay. So now you did all the planning, you did all the scheduling. Now you can rest and focus on you, the most important part. The most important part. So you can pick up new hobbies, do some self-care, and enjoy peace. There's so many different things that you can do to relax, meditate, clear your mind, and just learn yourself and all of that jazz. Okay, so you can spend time outdoors, you can go for a walk, you can exercise. If there was a hobby that you've always said that you wanted to do and you never got a chance to do it because you're so busy, now you can implement these hobbies with that excessive social media time, right? So if you feel the need to like, oh, let me get on social media, and you're like, oh no, wait, taking a break. You can crochet. You can crochet, you can start sewing, okay? You can learn to play a musical instrument, gardening, depending on the time that you're doing this cleanse, right? There's so many different things that you can do. You can spend more time with friends and family. Spend more time with your friends and family, okay? You can call them, be like, hey, check in. You can volunteer. Like I said, learn something new. You can do a workshop, plan a workshop like how I'm doing. AANBC would love to have you. You can plan a workshop and a wellness class and share whatever passions you have with other people. There's so many different things you can do. You can also explore your surroundings. So if you just want to get out of the city, go to the next nearby city, try some new restaurants, try some new foods, go to art museums and just different things. You can go to the zoo. You can go to the aquarium. There's so many different things that you can do. As far as self-care activities, you can light some candles, get a nice bubble bath, listen to some good music. You can write, draw, take pictures, go outside, and nature is so beautiful, guys. Like when you actually get a chance to be outside and see God's creation, it is beautiful. So, you might want to take pictures of that. You might want to go sit at the park and just write and just read. Like, is there a book that you sat down and you said, I'm gonna read it, and then it's a year later and you never read it? Pick that book up and read. You can take some cooking classes, you can bake. So many different things that you can do to replace your time of social media with, okay? So, all in all, you can do it. I promise. I know it's hard. It's hard, it's hard, it's hard, but you can do it. Like I said, you can start off small. If you want to do a weekend can turn into a week can turn into a month, and I don't think it's going to turn into a year, but people have done that. Some people really don't even have social media, so it is possible, I promise. We really need breaks to reset and recharge, so you can start slow and plan accordingly. Remember, social media will always be there, so you must take care of you first. You can plan it out, you can schedule it out, and then figure out what is it that I'm going to do during this time. Okay. So, like I said, learn a new hobby. You can take a mini vacation, whether it's the city next door or just an hour out. The activities are endless. Okay. So, thank you guys for joining my class. This wellness class. Be sure to stay tuned for more classes coming up and workshops from AANBC. We have workshops every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We do Sunday craft chats on Sundays, just talking to different creatives about their journeys and their work. So there's so many different things that you can get from AANBC. So be sure to follow us at We Are AANBC _. And of course, you can follow Our Lit Diaries on Instagram as well. Be sure to follow Black Writers Weekend as well. That is coming up the first weekend in August. So be sure to plan and come out to that. And until next time, y'all, we will see y'all later. Have a good night.
If you're looking for a secure haven within the literary world, you found the perfect organization. Let's make magic together. Our space is specifically designed for African American authors who are passionate about their writings of films and books. It's a platform to stay informed about industry developments. And on Patreon, we'll share exclusive content, valuable resources, and engaging discussions and masterclasses on various subjects, ranging from film and publishing industry trends to wellness and business tips. So if you're ready to dive into this exciting community, become a member now. Welcome to our literary haven where creativity knows no bounds. Let's make magic together.